introduce himself at this time.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Everyone. Welcome to the online audience. Thanks for welcoming me, Eugene.
Yes, sir.
My name is Len Carby.
Len Carby.
I am a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm one of the elders at Kenisa Fellowship.
Yes.
And I'm here visiting this morning. I'm very also much involved in community.
Okay.
I'm a member of the Peel Police Service Board.
Yes.
I am a member of the board for United Way Greater Toronto. And just a long-time volunteer in community.
All right.
For maybe 20 years.
Okay.
So it's a pleasure to be here and fellowshipping with you today.
Thank you so much for being here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your upcoming political aspirations? Just a little.
Oh, sure. I'm glad I had the opportunity to do that.
No problem.
I was here today because I was actually honored today. It's Black History Month, and
Okay.
the folks invited me down. Typically Black History Month is a time when we honor those who have finished their work and have passed on. But I'm fortunate enough to have been honored while I'm still here.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for that and deeply honored and humbled by it. So the work I've been doing in community has kind of led me to a new endeavor, which is coming up. I will be seeking the nomination for the Conservative Party to be the Member of Parliament for the Mississauga Erin Mills area. And so part of my getting out and connecting with community members is to let them know about that endeavor also.
Yes.
And of course, thanks for the support and the encouragement and the prayers
Yes.
during this endeavor.
Of course. Thank you so much for giving us that background. So, what stood out to you about today's worship service? Anything that you experienced that is memorable for you from today?
Oh, absolutely. I could talk about the fact that the sound in the building was phenomenal.
Yes.
So clearly you guys have invested quite a bit in making the environment for worship so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the word that was shared, Pastor Carl talked about, making sure that we don't stop but keep going.
Right.
And I reflected on the fact that the church has been in the community for 50 years.
50 years.
A long time. A lot of ministry has been done in this area.
Yes.
But yet, the command, the request, the encouragement is don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't ever rest on your laurels.
Yes.
Keep moving to the next thing.
Yes.
And I'm encouraged by that because
Yes.
it affects what I'm doing next also.
Exactly.
Don't stop, keep going
Exactly.
because it's still possible to make change and to have impact. And so I was encouraged by that.
You're encouraged by that.
Absolutely.
I should ask you this question. Are you a fight, flight, or freeze person?
That's interesting because I thought about that when he was speaking.
Yeah.
And I think depending on the context, I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
Of all three, actually.
All three, yeah.
Yes, because there are times when it makes sense to flee.
It does. It does. Got to stay in your lane. I mean, it all depends on what the challenge is, right?
Yes. But I also believe that there are times when you have to stand and fight on a principle.
Yes.
Right? Not
Yeah.
necessarily with fists.
Exactly.
But with on a principle, you got to stand your ground.
Stand your
You have
ground.
to be able to speak up for yourself. You have to be able to demand change.
Right.
We live in a country, in a society where we know there's oppression. There's inequity in so
Right.
many ways.
Right.
And it requires us to be able to push forward and push through some of those things that would prevent us. So there are times a little fighting back.
Yes.
And pushing forward on ideas and new ways of doing things is absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary.
Yes.
Finally,
Yes.
if there's any lesson that you would take to share with someone that was not here today, what would that be?
I think for me, my faith has informed everything that I do.
Oh.
So in this endeavor that I'm taking on, I seek the prayers and support of a family community,
Yes.
such as this one here at Mississauga,
Yes,
and my
yes.
own church family at Kenisa Fellowship.
Yes.
And so I would say to the person who wasn't here, take away the message that God isn't done with you yet.
Yes.
There is more that he wants to do in
Yes.
you and through you.
Yes.
And no matter how the circumstance may seem dire, the pastor talked about, the children of Israel being caught between a rock and a hard place.
Right,
You
right,
may
right.
be caught between a rock and a hard place today, but know that your faith, your confidence, your trust in God if you call on that, he will be there to help you through that situation. So that's my message to those who are watching today. Don't lose hope. Don't give up. Keep moving forward.
I like what you said there about God is not done with us yet.
Yes.
A lot of times we think, this is it. I've only gone this far. I don't have enough. I can't do any more.
Yes.
But God is not done with us yet. There's still work for us to do.
Absolutely.
And God is going to equip us to do that work.
Thank you.
Len, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you again. And God bless you as you go forward in your ministry and your political aspirations.
Thank you so much, Eugene.
You're very
Thanks
welcome.
to the members of the Mississauga Seventh-day Adventist Church for the warm welcome and fellowship.
Thank you. So here, you heard it here today. God is not done with us yet. Our objective is to keep going. We've not arrived to where we're supposed to be at right now. God has more for us in store to do. And here at Mississauga, that is our plan, to keep going, to keep moving forward. Thank you so much for joining us on After Chat. We have our second guest today, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Hi, Garen Wilson. I've been a member here for as long as I can remember. So basically born here, yeah.
All right, so we're glad to have you today. Did you enjoy today's service?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. You know, it's Pastor Carl means a lot to me and my family, so
Okay.
you know, I had to show up for him. So yeah.
All right. So what stood out to you about the worship experience that you had?
I don't know about anything that's standing out other than the fact that everything is new here, like the renovations. So it's kind of took away from everything from here. But I like what he said about in the sermon when he was talking about having Egyptians in your life, not like actual like
Right,
you know,
right.
but you know, people that we gotta let go and move forward. So I think that stuck out to me because I think everyone's got that. So,
Everyone's got that.
So yeah, I think that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Just the message was really pure in that sense. Where it's we got to keep moving forward, even if it means that we got to let go of certain people. So, yeah.
Yeah. So what life lessons would you take from today's message?
What life lessons?
Yeah, anything from the message. Before you answer that, are you a fight, flight, or freeze person?
I mean, does freeze mean thinking about it before you act?
I think no. Freeze means you just do nothing.
You do nothing.
Probably.
I don't know. I think we're all a little bit of all three, depending on the
Makes
situation.
sense.
But I'd say I'm a freeze sometimes. Freeze. Yeah.
But by the answer though, it sounds like you want to think maybe before you react.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. A lot of things take me by surprise, and I'll just be looking at it, you know. But,
So you would be really assessing the situation
Yes.
first without reacting.
Yeah.
And we need to do more of that, especially as people. We have to be very careful.
we're very reactionary. You know?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay, so now what life lessons would you take from today's message? Anything that you would tell somebody else or apply even to your life this week?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous, you know, because it's my first interview, so I don't know. I don't know what I would take away here. I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that.
No, it's okay. I think you're good. I think for the fact that you said that, in terms of the last question, that we're all a bit of each,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. And that when you consider that freeze type of personality, that's you just assessing the situation.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And you could tell that to other people too, because a lot of times we react, and that's when we get ourselves into trouble.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
and
you
we
for
look
being
forward to
here.
having you again, man.
Of
All right?
course, yeah.
All right, take care. So, yes, we're here at Mississauga Seventh-day Adventist Church After Chat, and we are learning today that there's much more that God would have us do, and God is not finished with us yet, and we have to continue going forward. Our last and not least guest today is Pastor Carl Cunningham. Welcome, Pastor Cunningham.
What's up?
Not too much, man.
Good, good,
So
good
glad to see you again.
Yes, sir.
So glad to
Yes, sir.
see you again. We want to thank you, first of all, for your word today,
Bless the Lord.
for your honesty today, for your encouragement today, for your sincerity today, and for blessing us, honestly, for the last
Praise the
4.5 years.
Praise God. Praise
Where has the time gone?
I know.
And
I know.
you
I
came
know.
at a time in 2019, and then we entered into 2020.
Just before the pandemic.
Just before the pandemic, so we had everything.
Yeah.
We had everything.
Yeah.
You already explained, but okay, what one lesson would you like for us to take from today's message?
That victory belongs to Jesus.
Amen.
And
Amen.
the battle is already won. The
battle's already won.
If you're in a personal battle in your life, as a community of faith, victories are assured to us.
Victories assured to us.
Because God is with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that even though we hear that victory is assured to us, why are we so afraid, or why do we get stuck?
Yeah.
Or why do we become complacent? What is
Yeah,
that? What is that?
It's human nature, I guess. You know, or faulty, sinful nature just gets the better of us.
Yeah.
You know, even though we know the word, we hear the word over and over, but it's just our nature to just get into a groove and get used to things being a certain way and not want to shift the familiar, right?
Right.
So, but God is always calling us to something new, something. He's always calling us forward.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I found? I think we seek comfort.
We
seek comfort.
Yeah, we seek comfort.
And I've heard some, must have been an athlete or someone say that you have to seek to be uncomfortable so that you could become comfortable. Meaning train hard or do whatever it is or whatever. So what is the one application that you would like for us to apply going forward in our lives? From the message from today.
Personally, from the message is don't stop, keep going.
Don't stop. Sounds simple.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Sometimes we become overwhelmed by doubt and depression and fear, and we live in a time that's very uncertain and very volatile, right?
Right.
So I don't know what people are experiencing in their personal lives, their personal journey.
Yes.
But God is with you.
God is with you.
So just get up and keep going.
Yeah.
You may fall sometimes.
Right.
But get up and keep going. Yeah.
Well, Pastor, we thank you. We love you.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate
love
you.
Y'all too.
And we look forward to the great things that God is going to use you for in ministry.
Yes, sir.
All right? And we know you're not gone too far.
Not too far.
We'll be seeing each other all the time.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Eugene.
All right, you're very welcome. That was our associate pastor, Pastor Cunningham, who, as you've heard, will be leaving us, going on to another part of the vineyard, but we just want to thank God for him and his blessings in his life and help us to remember to keep going, that God is not done with us yet, and we have a work to be done in this part of the vineyard. We're not here by chance. We're here to do great and mighty things, and the victory is ours.